Get our hot topic up. So, should a man consult with his wife before giving his mother some moolah?
Absolutely. I feel like spouses, significant others, especially if you share households, incomes, you need to consult each other before you do a majority of things. If it's something like minimal, $20, $50, maybe even up to $100, I'm sure you can kind of just go ahead and finagle that. But it's still nice to be able to have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Because what if something's going on, like if it's a man and his mom, a woman will always feel like, well, what's going on over there? Because is she being manipulative or so on and so forth?
Or even, does she need more than what she's saying she need? Is there a crisis happening? Like, I feel like men don't ask those type of questions. I know my husband don't. Like, if his mom asking for money, he's like, either I got it or I ain't got it. One of the two. He's not asking questions, whereas if she asks questions, I'm taking into consideration everything from what time of year it is to what's the dollar amount to, okay, well, how did she ask you? Did she ask you, like, was she scared to ask you? Or, you know what I'm saying?
All those things.
Yeah, because I feel like that's important.
But then we also can offer different resources. So,
yes.
She might be asking you for money where in the long run, she might need something else
different
to help with the situation that she's in. So we might be able to help the problem altogether.
And we were thinking more comprehensively, like, what is your situation as a whole? Ivan, he didn't care about all that stuff initially, so to your point, like I was like, comprehensively, maybe there's something bigger that we can help resolve that can maybe be money on a continual basis for a season, as opposed to just kind of, this fire right now.
Absolutely. And I think also it just, especially when I'm not in a new marriage, but for folks who might be in a new marriage, like, I feel like it's really important that you have those conversations, because you need to understand your partner's spending habits and how they spend money. Like, for me, I'm more of a casual spender. My husband is way more of a thoughtful spender. So if my mom calls me and she's like, I need $50, I'm like, if we got it in the bank, I'm going to give it to her. Whereas my husband's going to be like, oh, did you consider that might be hitting the account? Or did you consider that this may be happening over here, that so-and-so is going to need this, so maybe we can give her 40 instead of 50. So I feel like those are just conversations that you need to have. And the longer you're married, I feel like you'll need to have them less if you have them more up front. Like, if you're making sure that the financial decisions in your household are contemplated versus just one-off. Because we've been married for 11 years, and we both have two parents that are single parents. My husband's father died last year. So my mom has always been a single parent. So we have parents where we take care of them in many ways. Like, there are certain bills we pay, there are certain monies that we just give consistently. But I don't think we could have gotten to that point of having that much comfortability with being able to do that without having those conversations early on, and making sure that we both understand what was expected from us in terms of our parents holistically. And like I said, my husband's mother passed away last year, so that meant that we had to become more financially responsible for her, because he passed away, his father passed away, so now his mother is a single mother. And so I think you got to have those conversations, and the more you have those conversations, the more you can take for granted when a family member comes in, and trust your partner to make a good decision. But it first has to come from a place of wholeness.
But I also want to put into perspective, there were a couple of people on this post, and they were like, well, which account is it coming from? So, how many marriages is there? His account, your account, our account? Is the money coming from the household's account? If it's coming from his personal piggy bank, then, bruh, do what you do. Right. My family ain't missing out, Right. But, is it a common practice for there to be multiple accounts to a marriage?
Interesting. For me, I've noticed that most people don't seem to operate the way we operate, which is everything is coming from one account. With the moment we got married, everything merged. And we would have, like, he could have like his own credit card for his own stuff. I would have my own credit card for my own stuff. But other than that, everything was ours. So everything needed to be discussed between the two of us. But a lot of people don't operate
I would say, and you can back me up on this if you feel like it's true, because me and Mikkel did the same thing from the moment before we got married, because I was in them pockets. So before we even got married, I was like, oh, we need to merge this money. You got more than I got, so I got to look out for me first. So
what the
But because we've always done it like that, I really feel like we have we don't, well, let me not say we don't argue about money, because we do. But I feel like it's never like, that's my money.
Right.
It's more so, if we argue about money, it's more so because we've mismanaged money together.
And it's a stress.
And it's a stressful, tense,
y'all.
situation. Mm-hmm. But it's never like, oh, your mom need $50. That ain't coming out of my... Like, no, that's never even been an issue, because we've always operated from, this is our money. Now, we do have separate accounts. So, because we both run our own businesses. So, we do have separate accounts, but all the money goes in one account. And then we decide where the money goes.
Yeah. Let's look at some comments.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Naomi said, if it is a significant amount, yes, exactly. I think anything over $100.
I think over $25, you can talk to me. If it's over $25, that a conversation needs to be had.
Oh, yeah, but that depends on, just the level where we're at now. I feel like when
if you're financially comfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
Continue climbing, that $25 won't climb to $50, then $100, then it'll probably be $1,000.
Yeah. Well, I'll even extend it to $50. I need $50. That's why I said hell no. That's what he said.
It's the Almin said, it really depends on how much their finances are set up. If everything is shared, which shouldn't ever be the case, then pretty much everything outside of what's needed for daily living needs to be discussed. If they have their own separate stash aside from what they share, then one does with it is really on them. If everything is shared, which shouldn't ever be the case. Why is that? Because
so everything should never be shared?
According to everybody up here, we all have one bank account for the household. But
if I'm sharing saliva with you, then you can share your money. Listen, if there is an exchange of body essence happening, then I don't understand why I got to be separate.
You never know.
Right.
And be like, no, I do know. Because if he's feeling to go somewhere, he giving them to me whether he wants to or not. So,
I feel like I don't need an emergency account because I'm not going to marry a trash dude.
Right.
I'm not going to marry somebody who would do something like that to me. Now, I understand we all feel like, well, I didn't think he would ever do that to me. But, I mean, we can kind of...
Yeah.
I don't think but see, my perspective is different because I have an emergency account, but I tell my husband about it.
I don't consider that. That's different though.
Yeah, that's different because it's not a secret.
It's not a secret.
Exactly. It's like he know what it is.
Yeah.
And he's cool with it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very cool with it. I used to get it drafted. I used to go, like, it's coming out. That's an emergency. And truthfully, typically what would end up happening was I would put that money to the side for emergency, but it would always get spent on the family.
It always gets spent on the
So I'd be like, oh, so-and-so needs sneakers, and we ain't know his foot was going to grow a size. So we're going to go into the emergency account and get it out. So I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman keeping a stash of money. I think a man should do the same thing because a lot of times we're just... When you are raising children and when you are just in the thick of life, financial things come up that nobody is even thinking about, like your mama needing $100 because the electricity about to get shut off, or your cousin need $50, for the hoagie. The kids come, they want you to buy some hoagies or something. So things happen.
But is that a stash account more so than just a savings? Like
that's just a savings account.
That sounds like a savings account. Yeah. That's not stash. Like, ain't nobody ever touching this.
But it's great.
Them kids could be hungry, walking around barefoot. This my stash.
This is true. But it's great when you got that. You could be like, ain't nobody gonna know I put $50 in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good thing that you have that, but there's no need to hide it.
Right.
Like if you gotta hide your money from your man or your woman, then you need to second guess the relationship.
For real. You gotta hide anything in your relationship.
Yeah.
There's no need.
Exactly.
What did that old folks say? What's in the dark will come to light.
It always does.
It does.
And then they're gonna be mad at you.
Until Nana tell you hush your mouth, stay out of grown folks' business. They just a bunch of contradictions. Naomi said, I think communication is key. If finances in a household are stable and you both have personal accounts, feel free to do what you want. But if it's a shared account, that bill comes out, you always need to discuss, even if it's $20.
True. Yep. True, I can see that. Now, interesting thing
I think we came to a consensus that
everyone's reasonable.
Discuss.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't really discuss everything with Ivan because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, I manage the finances, I manage the bills, I do all the spending. Like, he literally doesn't spend money on anything except putting money on his bus pass. Yeah, maybe lunch. Other than that, like, he's very, very carefree.
And I feel like men,
I think men are in general.
But he's like his father, though. You know, his father just came home and gave her the check and kept it moving.
Yep.
And that's how Ivan is. I mean, we direct deposit it, but.
And I think men who put their families before they put themselves are generally like that. And how can I say this in a nice way? Men who are secure in their masculinity do not have a problem allowing the woman to run the finances, because when you're honest with yourself, women, we are just hardwired to think about everybody else first.
Yeah.
So before I even think about, I'm going to go get me, some Gucci shoes.
Most women, I guess.
I was about to say that.
Level of maturity.
But I think the right man finds the right woman.
Yeah.
Because like you said, not all men will be secure with letting a woman run finances.
This is true.
Not all women are built to budget.
This is true.
That's true.
This is true.
That's true.
I feel like, and I also feel like that's something that for women who want to be parents, for women who are serious about mothering and rearing and raising their children, I feel like once you have your children, that kind of kicks in. Mm-hmm. Like it kicks in like, okay, I got to make sure that everything is okay for my children. And that doesn't just mean making sure that you can purchase things for them, but that also means passing on sound financial principles to them. Mm-hmm. And it also means making sure that there isn't tension in your household because of money.
True.
So I feel like for women who are serious about mothering, who are serious about family, and that doesn't mean you got to be married. That just means you serious about your house and your home. I feel like we are more apt to make sure that even if we're not, because I know plenty of sisters who don't know how to budget, but they're very serious about making sure that their children are provided for.
Sure things get done.
Yeah. And so I think that kind of, it comes in once you have your children, to be a person who you don't have, we're not saying don't practice self-care, but to be a person who cares for your children and the most important things in your household before you think about, luxuries for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For yourself and people outside of the household. Because it's like, their needs is not on a priority list right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to get back to you now. Next paycheck.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then we could budget you in accordingly.